Hello, and welcome to another episode of Pampering Myself podcast. Hello, podcast listeners. To my returning listeners, appreciate you as always. And for my first timers, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope something is said that resonates with you and that you'll lock us in by subscribing to this channel. Please note, new episodes are broadcast every fourth Saturday at 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time. Hello, today's topic is all about multitasking. Well, in today's world, multitasking is often viewed as a necessary skill, not only in our professional life, but also in our personal life, mainly because of the fast-paced world we live in and, of course, technology. However, the jury is still out if having the ability to multitask does more good than harm. Some people see multitasking as a tool for managing multiple responsibilities and maximizing productivity. They also believe it's essential for success in the workplace, and they would be right. On the other hand, many critics argue that the perception of multitasking as a tool for productivity and success is misguided and ultimately detrimental. Woo! They believe multitasking actually undermines productivity and leads to subpar results, especially when it comes to complex or intellectually demanding tasks. From personal experience, I would agree. So what do you think? Can you or do you multitask? In today's podcast, we're going to take a look at the pros and cons of multitasking, how it affects our health, and consider a few strategies if necessary. But before we get started, here is my disclaimer. Please note, I am not a healthcare professional, nor am I giving healthcare advice. This information is for educational purposes only. I am, however, a certified self-care coach where my focus is to help you create sustainable and transformational physical, emotional, and spiritual self-care habits. And with that said, let's get into it. Personally, as stated, I agree with both of those statements. I think it depends on the job, the task, or what else you might have going on in your life at the time as to whether multitasking is beneficial. Here's a few examples of multitasking I'm sure you can resonate with. The notification on my phone goes off. Ping! Indicating that I have a text message, right? Now, although I'm watching a movie, I still pick up my phone to see who it is. Don't we all? It's my brother, and he always sends book-length text messages. Anyway, I'm reading the text, but I'm still listening to the movie. You know, it's just like when someone is talking to you while they're talking, you're looking at something on your phone. And when they stop talking, you tell them, go ahead, I can hear you, I'm listening. All while still engaged on your phone. I think we're all guilty of that. But that is called multitasking. But guess what? After I read my brother's text, I had to rewind my movie because clearly I had missed something. And usually you ask the person that was right there in front of you talking while you were focused on your phone to repeat what they were saying because clearly you missed something. Now, am I right? I read an article in Life Science where it said at best, only 10% of the population are decent multitaskers. Now, I found the writer's choice of word decent very interesting. They didn't say that it was good or great or excellent. They said decent. Not to mention, it's only 10% of the population. So, what are they saying about the other 90%? You may work in an environment where multitasking is required, like most jobs are today, or you might be a person who multitasks as a way of getting more done. Regardless of which situation you find yourself in, your health may be at risk, and you don't even know it. So, what is multitasking? By definition, it's the act of performing multiple tasks or activities simultaneously or rapidly switching from one task to another without finishing the first. Sounds familiar? Yes, that is definitely me all day, every day. So if this is you, you might want to pay close attention. Let's take a look at some of the benefits of multitasking. According to my research, it increases productivity. When done efficiently, multitasking allows you to accomplish multiple tasks in less time than it would take you to complete each one subsequently. This can be particularly useful in situations where time is limited and there are numerous tasks to be completed. Now, what comes to mind is FedEx, where employees might run multiple copy jobs at once and still handling other services. Now, it also helps you become more flexible by being able to adapt to changing priorities and handling various demands simultaneously, especially in a fast paced environment where circumstances can shift quickly. Now, editors do this all the time. As new information becomes available or significant, certain stories change, editors may have to reevaluate their editorial decisions and reallocate resources accordingly. And I think about the person in a fast food restaurant, especially at the drive through window, where they're not only taking your order and trying to record your order and packing orders all at the same time. Another benefit is it helps you develop skills. The constant switching between tasks can help improve cognitive abilities such as decision making, problem solving, and time management. Now, this is all according to my research. And from a personal perspective, it gives you a sense of accomplishment because when you complete several tasks at once, it gives you a sense of satisfaction. The feeling of achievement can boost confidence and motivation, and it can encourage you to take on new challenges and responsibilities with a positive mindset. It also can increase efficiency in personal tasks. For example, cooking dinner while doing laundry allows for better use of time and can free up more opportunities for leisure or relaxation. So it's evident we all benefit from knowing how to multitask. But there is a flip side, and that's what we need to explore. How does it affect our health in the long run? There was a time I pride myself on handling multiple things at once, but I realized it didn't always work in my favor. So, some of the downside to multitasking, according to my research, is a decrease in the quality of work. Splitting attention between multiple tasks leaves more room for errors, oversight, or incomplete work. I can't tell you how many times I had to rewash clothes because I forgot they were in the washing machine while I was doing some other house chores. Or when I forgot to send an email that was in a draft form because I had to handle another assignment, or got a business call that required my immediate attention. I know that's happened to you. It also reduces your focus. Multitasking can hinder deep concentration that is required in some of these jobs we do, and our focus, which could lead to shallow understanding or incomplete comprehension. Again, how many times have I had to ask for directions because while working on one assignment where deep concentration was required, I was given another, and my focus was on the first, making sure it was done properly. So when I got to the second assignment, I had to ask for directions again, right? Because I couldn't give it my full attention the first time. Another negative is it can have a negative impact on relationships during social interactions by checking your phone while talking to loved ones or friends, which can convey a disinterest, disrespect, and a lack of attentiveness. Now, I know how I feel when I'm trying to communicate with someone and they're glued to their phone. No, you are not listening. Now, certainly, while multitasking can offer benefits, it's important to recognize potential health related issues that may arise from excessive or poorly managed multitasking. Just to name a few, according to my research, here we go. It can increase stress. Juggling multiple tasks simultaneously can lead to heightened stress levels, especially if deadlines are tight or tasks are complex. It can cause impaired cognitive function. Multitasking can overload the brain's cognitive resources, leading to decreased cognitive performance, memory problems, and difficulties with decision making. You can experience fatigue and burnout. Constantly multitasking can drain mental energy and lead to fatigue and burnout over time, impacting your overall well being and productivity. It can have a negative impact on mental health. Excessive multitasking has been associated with anxiety, depression, and feeling of overwhelm as individuals struggle to keep up with demands and deadlines. You can experience physical health problems. Prolonged periods of sitting and staring at screens while multitasking can contribute to eye strain, headaches, musculoskeletal issues such as neck and back, and it can cause sleep disturbance. Late into the night or before bedtime, it can interfere with sleep patterns, making it harder to fall asleep or stay asleep, which can further exacerbate health problems. Now, the research shows when doing two things at once, the amount of brain activity devoted to each activity decreases. I'm going to repeat that. The research shows when doing two things at once, and some of us try to do more than two, the amount of brain activity devoted to each decreases. So the critics argue that multitasking fosters a culture of busyness rather than true productivity. Instead of strategically prioritizing tasks and allocating focused time and attention to each one. So we're just being busy. The constant barrage of competing demands can leave you feeling perpetually frazzled and unable to fully relax or recharge. And in the long run, who benefits? So here are a few things, strategies we'll call them, that might help you in a position when you're in a position where your multitasking is required. Number one, you want to prioritize your tasks. Identify the most important and urgent tasks on your to-do list and focus on completing them one at a time. And by prioritizing these tasks, you can allocate your attention and energy more efficiently, minimizing the need to multitask. Create a time block. Allocate specific specific blocks of times for focused work on individual tasks or projects, because during these time blocks, it helps to eliminate distractions and avoid that switching between tasks. It helps you maintain a deep concentration and productivity. Limit distractions. Minimize interruptions and distractions by turning off notifications, like on your phone, closing those unnecessary tabs or applications on your computer, and creating a dedicated workspace free from noise and interruption. And this allows you to maintain focus and avoid the temptation of multitasking. Practice mindfulness. Cultivate mindfulness techniques such as deep breathing, meditation, or mindful exercises to reduce the stress, increase self-awareness, and improve focus. Mindfulness can help you stay present and engage in the task at hand, reducing the urge to multitask. And then I think one of the most important is setting boundaries. Establish clear boundaries between work and personal time to prevent multitasking during leisure activities or social interaction. By setting aside designated periods for work and relaxation, while you can maintain a healthy work-life balance and avoid all the negative effects of constant multitasking on well-being. By implementing these strategies, you can minimize some of the drawbacks of multitasking and cultivate a more focused, productive, and balanced approach to task management. Now, just a reminder, heart disease is the number one cause of death among women, and stress is the number one cause of heart disease. So, although we believe multitasking is beneficial, it's not for everyone. If you can find, or if you find yourself making too many mistakes, errors, having to redo things, becoming forgetful, you might need to rethink the process. I know we all think that we can multitask, and although research says that only a very small percent, 10%, are actually the word they use was decent at it, we all do it. And really, in this time and age, there's no way around it. So I just encourage that you find some strategies that either work for you, or you take some of these recommendations and consider implementing them, even if you think you are not affected by them. Because most time things like hypertension, heart disease, they are all silent killers. And we may not know until it's either too late or something negative happens. So I want to thank you for tuning in, and hopefully something was said that will resonate with you, helping you stay well. Until next time, don't forget to pamper yourself. Goodbye.